you got to be better than everyone else. You know, so I've always got to be doing just a touch above, just a touch above.
You don't really know how the beer's going to taste until you taste it.
It's interesting to work with another chef who has really different ideas.
A good beer is a good beer regardless, whether you have a ton of experience or not.
This is like the most unique experience I've ever done. This is really, really cool.
Well, it's really a complicated process. You know, it takes a lot of time, a lot of planning. I'm coming in! But I'm here to make beer. And as far as the competition, I'm looking forward to winning it.
I mean, we won't know until beer is bottled and kegged and we're in the tap room.
Hey guys, I'm Alison Pulley and I'm here in Kinston at Mother Earth Brewery, where we are looking to find the very first winner of our own show, Battling Brewers. Throughout the next 4 weeks, we will have 3 local home brewers who will fight it out to see who can make the best beer. 3 expert judges who will then decide on their ultimate home brewer. To help these guys out along the way and give some expert advice, I brought in a good friend of mine, Josh Brewer. Hey Josh, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Can you tell us exactly who you are and what do you do here at Mother Earth?
Josh Brewer, I'm the brewmaster for Mother Earth Brewing in Kinston, North Carolina.
And what exactly are your responsibilities?
All beer production. We go into 3 separate states in the southeast and basically hiring and firing.
Well, can you give us a little bit of what you'll be looking for from each of these teams throughout the next 4 weeks?
Just to see everybody's different setup as a home brewer, making sure things are sanitized correctly and basically do they have the right ingredients, are they using the right ingredients, and basically their processes along the way.
Well, let's go ahead and meet all of our home brewers.
My name's Ricky Jones. I've been brewing beer for about a year.
My name is Lisa Beth Robinson. I have 0 experience brewing.
My name's Josh Tolar. I've been home brewing for 7 years.
Hey guys, I'd like to welcome you all to the show. So, as you may know, you have 4 weeks to prepare the beer that you have chosen. But today is your brewing process, and you all know that it is a grueling process and it's very time consuming, so you may need some help along the way. I brought in another good friend of mine, Adam Atkinson. Hey Adam, how's it going?
Good, about you?
Can you just introduce yourself and tell us what you do exactly?
Sure, I'm Adam Atkinson. I'm executive chef at the Boiler Room here in Kinston, North Carolina. It's very important to know how to pair certain foods with the beers that the brewers have chosen today, so I've brought some friends along.
Great. Guys, meet your new teammates.
My name is Elliott Leonard. I've been cooking for 3 years now.
My name is Merric Jackson. I've been cooking for around 12 years.
I'm Ashton Kidwell. As far as experience, I've been cooking in the kitchen since I can remember.
Now that you have all met your teammates, you're probably wondering what exactly your challenge is going to be. Brewers, you will have to make a beer, and chefs, you will have to make a meal that pairs with it. So on the finale day, you will not only be judged based on the beer individually and the meal individually, but how they work together as a whole. You will have 7 hours to complete your brewing process. In that time, you might want to go ahead and start making a menu of the list of foods you want to get as well. Now, chefs, you will have a $35 cap, so keep that in mind as you are making your list. All right, are you guys all ready to complete the challenge?
Ready?
Yes.
Brewers, let's begin your battle.
All right, so what we're making is a pale ale. I like to do pale ales, and locally that's what I get to make today. We're going to be using. And as far as the competition, I'm looking forward to winning it, period.
So what are we doing?
So we're making a chocolate peanut butter beer.
Okay. There was a flyer out on campus, and I've always been interested in homebrewing and stuff, so matching up some food with some homebrew.
You want to pour one in?
Yeah, sure. It's going to be a very dark beer, a very complex flavor.
All right.
So obviously we want something very complex to go with it.
Okay.
Half an ounce of Cascade at 0 minutes, half an ounce of Cascade at 20, half an ounce of Liberty at 40.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, what am I gonna do? Like, chocolate and peanut butter, like.
This is our grain right here, actually. You taste a little bit of it, man. You really want to know what you're messing with.
It's going to go through hot. Whoop! Oh, told you, warned you. A lot of oxygen in it right now. Yeast love oxygen.
You get some heat on this thing. This cooker's hot, so be careful. Don't be touching the handles because it will burn you.
Yep. This is like the most unique experience I've ever done. This is really, really cool.
Sounds like an airport over here. there a reason it sounds like an airport?
Yes, sir, because I'm cooking. Finally.
Jet burner?
That is a jet burner.
You've got to be better than everyone else. If somebody brews a pale ale, I brew an India pale ale. If somebody brews an India pale ale, I brew an Imperial Russian stout. If somebody brews an Imperial Russian stout, I make a peanut butter and chocolate ale. You know, so I've always got to be doing just a touch above, just a touch above.
What are we brewing over here?
A chocolate peanut butter stout.
Chocolate peanut butter stout for real?
Yeah.
Let me see the peanut butter.
Sweeter side porter.
We're doing a pale ale.
And have you done something like this before? Or
Nope.
are you just winging it today?
Just winging it. Well, I've looked online.
Merric has a great idea for dessert. We're trying to figure out the balance between sweet and spicy and earthy.
We're going to be hopping it with Northern Brewer and Citra hops.
They take all the fat out of it.
Well, that's no fun.
Well, sounds like you guys have it figured out, so best of luck to you.
I've already stolen a couple of parts from some people, so we'll see if they notice or not.
I lost my little flavor piece. Be all right.
So I don't really understand why we were using kegs, except that the kegs were full of cold water and the keg ran out.
Yeah.
So everything just went.
What happened here is Lisa ran out of cooling water, and also she dumped some water on the ground. She ran out of buckets.
Some people wash everything after they're done. Which are you?
I kind of like making a mess.
Good.
I really like making a mess.
That's good.
Leave it to Lisa to have the chaos.
Art is really just my gateway to everything. It's my gateway to learning. It's my gateway to spirituality. It's my gateway to understanding friendship, love.
I think something that's really unique about the School of Art and Design at UCU is that there's a real sense of unity and a sense of belonging between everybody in the school, not necessarily just the concentration.
The peers, the professors, everyone that I had interactions with and worked with, it's just a really, they embrace you and it's just a comfortable place.
My high school program was lacking, and when I got here, I had a chance, so that's awesome. Everyone has a chance when they get here.
We have a really great program here. We have one of the best art programs on the East Coast, and I had no idea that I wanted to do art. I had never taken an art class until I came to college.
My whole life I've wanted a serious art class, and you get it when you come here. Every class is very serious, even in foundations. But you really don't ever have to know what you want to do when you come here, because you find it out when you do get here. You will.
I was able to take a lot of different classes outside of my concentration, like textiles and illustration, and doing that really helped broaden my skill set as a designer.
I just love how you can go into like the library, like we have a library up in the art building, and like you can just have something working out on the table and someone will come up to you, oh, that's really cool, or like, how did you do that? And it's always a conversation.
As a creative person, you're never going to know when you need the skills of another creative person that you met at ECU, and that kind of networking really just goes beyond graduation and goes on to the rest of your career.
Let art help you. Let art be your therapy. Let art be a positive thing for you.
Right now we're about halfway through the time limit, and what do you see out of each of these teams?
Well, some are ahead and some are behind. I mean, for the most part, everybody's doing really well and are on schedule in their own schedules, I guess.
So who do you think's in the runnings to win this?
I'm still banking on Josh Tolar, but we'll see how he delivers. So.
All right, thanks for your opinion and advice, and now let's get back to all the action.
Yeah, just go right into it.
It's like
All my buddies, when they come over, none of them know what they're doing. Once we get it in the cookers, then it's gonna boil for an hour.
Yep.
I got my chef out there, and he's trying not to mess it up for me.
This is a very complicated process.
It is not complicated. It's really, really easy. It's really easy. It just sounds complicated.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
Why do you ever be upset about your experience level of your partner? You never know what someone can bring to the table. I mean, not everyone's a genius, but doesn't mean they can't solve a math problem.
I've only been brewing a year, so I'm not great, but...
Hey, everybody, you start somewhere, you work your way up.
Yeah.
Learn more every day.
But yeah, the other thing I don't know if you know about this is the hydrometer.
Okay, yeah.
When aerating, you never aerate hot wort.
See, I'm getting a lot of oxygen in it. Yeast love oxygen. Yeah.
So you basically just oxygenated, which makes for stale beer later.
Yeah.
So you'll probably fail.
Well.
But that's okay.
Now, we let it sit for a week.
Brewers, your time is now completed. Hands off of everything. I hope you have together everything you need for the fermentation period. At this time, we will now be taking you outside and locking up the doors.
When I have clay in my hands, I feel like I have this power to just create anything in the world. Sometimes I come in here and you just sit there at the wheel, looking at it turn. It just molds to whatever you want it to be. You have this power to create something beautiful. I think we tend to create things that don't exist, but it fulfills something in our lives, or it could fulfill something in someone else's life.
I love ceramics because it gives me an opportunity to grow as an individual, as well as bond with the community. If I ever need help with anything, I can always count on my fellow classmates to be there for me.
As craftsmen, potters, it's extremely important, and we don't have this quality about us, and we don't connect with the people don't buy our goods, the people don't appreciate what we do. When you make something by your hands, you put a little bit of yourself in that piece. If you were to go to any place that sells these ceramic pieces, they've all been punched out from a machine. Machines don't have feelings. They don't have, families to support. It's just knowing that it's been made by someone else and that it's benefiting someone else is something that you should be proud of, I think.
My name is Justin Zarita, and I'm a ceramics major at East Carolina University.
Hey guys, and welcome back. Now we're over here at the boiler room with Josh and Adam, both of our experts. Today they have prepared something to share with each of our teams so that they can further discuss how exactly to pair food with beer. Let's take a look and see how their flavors match together.
Here we have a Vienna style lager. Go ahead and pass it down, guys. Highly filtered, has some toasty, biscuity qualities to it, but is fairly clean like a lager should be.
To go with this, I made two different dishes. The first one will not pair. This is a just simple fettuccine Alfredo. Heavy, really strong Parmesan and cream. What that's going to do is coat all of your taste buds for this light beer that we have here. They do not go well at all, so you'll see what I'm talking about.
It's not very good.
It's a delicious beer, but when you mix it with that really strong parm flavor, you can just feel everything just kind of colliding in your mouth. On the opposite end of the spectrum, what I made here is individual chicken nachos.
Kind of what you are always going for is where you're going back and forth between the two, and the food is not dulling out the beer when you go back to it.
None of the flavors are going to be too strong. There's going to be a tiny bit of acid, but I think it's going to go really well with the beer that Josh chose. Flush the palate, and then beer, food, beer. You notice that's a whole lot smoother whenever you take that second sip of beer that goes with that compared to the way that the cream and the Parmesan worked. And then another thing that you can never go wrong with when pairing anything with beer is salt. Because the more salt you get in your mouth, the more beer you want to drink and the happier you're going to be.
So do you guys have any other questions about beer and food pairing?
So there's all these different types of hops out there. Do you find that food pairing actually goes to the level of different hops pair better with different types of foods?
Ooh, that's pretty difficult. There's so many small nuances with hops of all their different flavors and fruity flavors and earthy flavors. You just, once your beer is completed, I think you're going to be able to tell a lot better once that beer is done. But that's going to be the trick, because you guys are going to have to get together on telling your chef on what you think your beer is going to taste like. So that's always the big challenge.
So with the pale ale that we're making, the bitterness is going to be pretty low in it, but it's going to have a very strong hop flavor because we're dry hopping it and we're using citra hops. And what could we use to pair it with that would actually accentuate the flavor that we're getting from the citra hops?
It just has a ton of fruit notes, and you might want to play off of some sort of, citrusy, fruity salad dish or something like that you might want to go with, or, maybe even use some of that beer in a dressing of some sort with that salad might go really well, but that'll be interesting to see what you guys come up with.
Now that each of our teams have heard a little from our experts, stay with us and let's see how they start to polish up their menus and get ready for their kegging process.
I'm excited. I'm just ready to get in there and cook.
I think that, what we've got is an excellent choice.
Maybe a better beer, maybe a better food, but probably not a better food, let's be honest.
Yeah.
No question on my side whether or not my beer is going to be better than theirs, just because, I make great beer.
Since the beginning of time, people have always reacted to their environments through artistic expression. So it's just kind of like an intrinsically human thing. Like, we are artists.
I couldn't do something else without doodling in my notebook. I couldn't go to school and listen to a teacher talk for hours without, having the page full of drawings. And so that's like by end of middle school, high school, that's when I realized this is what I want to pursue for the rest of my life.
I'd say since I started the illustration concentration, I do look at illustrations differently. I keep in mind the subject matter. I keep in mind if they're being too literal with their depictions. Are they being cliche? What colors are they using? Are they using skewed perspective? I look at all the technical aspects, and I think that's what makes a great illustration.
As far as techniques, there are so many things that I've learned here that I wouldn't have touched. At the same time, it's really helpful, and it does expose you to things that you, again, wouldn't have done yourself. So it definitely, it makes you leave your comfort zone.
I've learned a lot of communication skills. I've learned how to deal with the clientele. I learned how to deal with a certain targeted audience that I want my work to appeal to. You've opened so many doors and opportunities of what you can do and how you can get yourself out there.
I can't even think about walking right now. I've just been so focused on my work. I haven't even actually thought about walking across that stage and getting my diploma. I don't know how I'm going to react. I'm going to be happy. I'm finally ready to start working in my field. I'm really excited about that. After really experimenting with a whole bunch of different things that ECU has to offer, I found illustration was the one for me.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the garage. At this point, you have now had 2 weeks to let your beers ferment. So today we're going to begin the kegging process. You will have 2 hours to get all of your beer into kegs. Your time begins now.
Probably won't be too pretty, but...
Everybody hands up. Your time is now complete for the kegging process. At this time, we will let your beer go into carbonation for 1 week before the finale. So I hope everyone's ready, and good luck. Hey guys, welcome back, and welcome to the day of our finale. We now have each of our 3 teams over here at the boiler room, and they have their menus together and ready to make their meal. For the first time, they're going to get a chance to taste each of their beer and see exactly what they're working with. Over the next hour and a half, they will have a chance to prepare their meal, plate it, and then they will have to carry it directly over to the tap room at Mother Earth and get ready for judging. So let's take a look and see exactly how it goes.
I think this is
Cheers.
the one I sipped on. Legs are beautiful.
Not cook and drink. Keep on with your plan, and they're gonna lose.
But yeah.
Over here.
It's good.
So did everything work out for you?
Yeah.
How you wished?
Yeah.
Do you think what you're making is going to actually work out with how the beer ended up turning out, or
Yeah,
no?
absolutely.
Are you asking if you think we're gonna win? Yeah, we're gonna win.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think like the bitterness of the beer will kind of match like the sweetness and spiciness of the chicken thighs.
All right, great. Well, good luck to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
How's it going?
It's an interesting morning.
Yeah, so what happened with your partner? Where is he at today?
Jail. I'm kidding. Sorry. I don't know where he is.
He just didn't show up, or?
No. I got a text this morning
might have
from
gone to jail.
the producer that he won't be here today. I have the perfect thing figured out because I've been thinking about this the whole time.
All right, so what are you planning to make for us today?
I'm going to make you deep dark chocolate cookies. They're gluten-free and they're dairy-free, and they go perfectly with the beer.
All right, well, good luck to you, and I hope everything turns out the way that you planned.
Thank you. Me too.
All right, team 3 over
My
here.
turn.
Red team, how'd everything go for you guys?
Good, I think.
Very well.
Very
Very
good.
well.
So what are you planning on making today?
Spicy Thai flank steak with Asian slaw.
The beer's got just a touch of peanut butter in the beginning and at the end, but it's a delicious stout.
Great. Well, good luck to all of you guys, and hopefully everything turns out the way you want.
Hope so. I hope so. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get my stuff done, yeah.
There'll be knives in the kitchen.
Right now I'm boiling my potatoes. I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic at the end and some salt and pepper to taste.
I'm making a meringue, and I'm a little nervous about the chocolate because it's not bittersweet.
It's still gonna be Thai-based, but I'm gonna do like a flank steak with a Thai chili rub and probably an Asian slaw as well.
This is us right here, man. Freaking buffalo chicken thighs. I've never eaten anything that he's ever cooked.
Yeah! Buckets!
Even though the beer is going to have less sweetness than I thought it was going to have, I'm still worried that the nature of the porter will be overtaken by the sweetness of what we make.
When I came into this competition, I thought Josh might be our competition, but then found out that he actually just sucks at everything. So. Deliciousness.
Yeah. Call it as I see it.
Actually, Elliott didn't get the garlic chopped up fine enough. There's big chunks of it, so I got to comb through this thing like a painter. They try to find the big chunks of garlic.
Yeah.
In high school, we never had
3D art, and we weren't really introduced to it very much, and basically I wanted to try something new. With sculpture, I feel like you have the versatility of working with many different materials, and you can work from wood, plaster, clay, metal, really anything that you want, and create forms, whether it's small scale, large scale. It just leaves you with more opportunities, I feel like.
I think that we have a real family aesthetic going down here in the sculpture department. If you're working and you're not looking out for yourself, somebody's gonna jump there and look out for you. Somebody's gonna make sure you don't need that extra hand. We've all got an eye on each other and each other's stuff too, you know?
When I actually got to ECU, I was thinking I was gonna do painting or illustration. So I took sculpture first as a survey, and it was a blast. But then I took the painting and illustration surveys after, still thinking I was gonna do those, and I was so bored. Not to knock them, they're still good, but I just missed it. Like every day when I would be doing like a little illustration in my apartment, I would just be wishing I was casting or chiseling or something. So people can come when they're in high school to see the iron pours and stuff, which is an amazing thing to see. I didn't even know what that was until I was a sophomore in college. So I think it'd be really cool if you're a high schooler to come and visit and be able to see those things, and we can give you tours of the welding studio and all this stuff, and just, we have a really wide range for what you can do in sculpture that I feel like a lot of schools might not have as many opportunities as we have here.
It's amazing how many different opportunities you have here at ECU. They have so many different materials that you can work with, you know, among wood and plaster and clay and welding, metal, you know, casting, and just, you wouldn't find that in many other schools, and I just wanted to pursue art, and I knew this would be the best opportunity and the best place to do it.
I would like to welcome you all to the tap room, and it's time for our results. I have 3 expert judges on my right who will be in charge of your scores for the evening. So, green team, what have you got for us today?
I've prepared a Citra Pale Ale dry hop with Northern Brewer and Citra hops. It's gonna have really citrusy notes going on, light bitterness.
And I prepared some buffalo chicken thighs with some garlic mashed potatoes and broccoli.
Team number 2.
I've made a lovely full-bodied porter with some notes of coffee, a little bit of chocolate, and you will be eating deep dark chocolate cookies with a touch of spice.
You can smell the chocolate right at the beginning.
I have prepared a peanut butter chocolate stout.
To pair with that, I did a spicy Thai flank steak with Asian slaw.
It is a little sort of medium rare, but I mean, it's still really tender. I wasn't expecting to have this beer with it, but it works. It really does.
For the blue team, did you anticipate that you have a crusty with a gooey combination on the cookie, or is that?
I thought it would be more crisp. I could have cooked it about 2 minutes longer.
Green team, I really enjoyed this. Where did you guys draw inspiration from? What made you decide to go with this pairing with the chicken and potatoes with the pale ale?
I really thought about, he was making a pale ale, so I really wanted to hit with the all-American kind of homegrown style of cooking. So that's the style, and that's where I drew inspiration from.
All right, great. Well, at this time, we're going to give the judges some time to talk about everything and come up with their results for you guys. If you don't mind stepping outside for us, and I'll come back and get you guys in a brief second. Thanks, and good luck. All right, guys, now that you've all had a chance to sort of taste it and talk about it, what exactly are your thoughts? Who's messed up? Who's done great?
I came here, had no idea, what I wanted to do, and I just looked up and ended up in printmaking. I mean, to be in a place where everybody has the same passion that you do, and you're all like working together, it creates like an environment that you want to be in, I'm so glad that I ended up here. I mean, I couldn't see myself doing anything except, art.
Honestly, the one reason I came here was because I heard they had a good printmaking program.
That is a reputation that they have, and if this is what I want to do, which it is, then why not go to a school who is absolutely known for it?
If I had never come to ECU, I mean, it could have been that I'd never found printmaking, I'd never found art. And it's almost scary, you know, to think that, like, I had no idea I was going to be doing this. I had no idea I was going to be sitting here 2 years ago. If me from the future traveled back and was like, hey, you're going to be an art student, I'd be like, bullshit. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. But, I mean, here I am, you know, I'm loving it. It's awesome. There's no other place that I would rather be. I mean, that's my family in there, you know, the studio. We're a family. We look after each other. We're always here, like, working together and stuff. And I love it.
You know, I've done a lot of things in life. I've worked a lot of jobs. I've actually been like 30 different majors. And printmaking helped me find what I wanted to do. And it honestly, not to, you know, overemphasize it, but it saved my life. It saved me from doing something that I would dread on a day-to-day basis.
I remember when I did like my first print, and I just like, I don't know, it's different, man. It's not a drawing. It's not a painting. It's not a photograph. It's a print. Like, you put a lot of time into it, and just pulling that paper back and seeing what it looks like, there's nothing that like matches.
All right, guys, now that you've all had a chance to sort of taste it and talk about it, what exactly are your thoughts? Who's messed up, who's done great?
I wish that I would have tried to come up with a more complex beer.
I mean, mine's simple. The beer shown, the meal is traditional, I guess.
I'm worried about the chocolate, the milk chocolate, and I needed bittersweet, and I'm worried that the milk's gonna...
I'm worried that there was no milk in the mashed potatoes.
Are you really?
Mashed potatoes are definitely dry.
There was butter. There was butter in the mashed potatoes.
Well, the cookie is phenomenal, and it was prepared very nicely. You couldn't really tell the difference between whether you're eating the cookie, drinking the beer, drinking the cookie. There you go.
There's a lot that could have gone wrong.
I had hoped for a little more spiciness.
You know, the food was getting cold and the beer was getting hot.
The flank steak was cooked really, really well. Overall, I enjoyed all of these for the most part.
Great. Well, at this time, can I go ahead and get you guys scores, and I will bring them back in afterwards, and we will get the results. At this time, we are now going to bring back each one of our teams and announce the final winner of Battling Brewers. Welcome back, guys. So we're going to start with Team 1, and you're going to get input what they liked and what they didn't like.
Love the beer. It was fantastic. Everything that was that you said it would be as described.
Yeah, I agree. The beer was really spectacular. The nose, the aroma was huge, and the flavor in the beer was just muted enough for it to stay right in that pale ale category. I thought it was really just brilliantly done.
I mean, I really don't drink pale ales, but I would drink that every day. Awesome.
On the chicken, I was expecting a little more spiciness, maybe, or a little more push to accompany how exciting the beer was in the glass.
When I think buffalo chicken, I really think, you know, a lot of extra heat, a lot of extra peppery note, and that was something that I really didn't get off the chicken.
Great. And on to team number 2, our blue team.
Wow, that cookie with its crust and its gooiness, and I couldn't really tell the difference between the heat of the cookie and the chocolatiness of the cookie versus the chocolatiness of the beer. Was I drinking the beer? Was I drinking the cookie? Or the other way around? I don't know.
I agree. The cookie, I know you had mentioned that you really wanted to cook it for a couple extra minutes. I didn't think it needed any extra time in the oven at all. I love the gooey center and just that little bit of crispiness around the outside. I thought the pairing was really fantastic. The only thing I was looking for, you mentioned there was going to be some spice there. I looked for a little bit more of the spice that I didn't get, but overall I was really pleased.
Thanks.
And on to the red team.
Really loved the presentation of the flank steak. I wasn't expecting that. We weren't judging that, but in looking at it, wow, here's flank steak.
I agree. The presentation was beautiful. I really liked how the steak stayed tender all the way through. I liked the acidity from the slaw. I thought that whole dish worked really well together. The beer was a nice pairing. I did hope, with it being a peanut butter stout, I'd really hoped for a little bit more of the peanut butter flavor to come through. I didn't get as much of that as I would have liked, but overall I thought it was a job well done.
Well, thank you.
All right, great. So at this time, I'm gonna take you guys' scores. Our first winner of Battling Brewers is
art is really just my gateway to everything. It's my gateway to learning. It's my gateway to spirituality. It's my gateway to understanding friendship, love, anything in life. It's just a lifestyle, and to try to take it out of my life would kill me.
I think because it's immediate, and it's maybe not as immediate as photography or film or something where you're able to communicate a narrative or a message in that instantaneous way, but for me, the process of it is immediate, just in the way that I'm thinking through things as I'm laying down the paint.
I was so scared to come to college, but then I realized that just like I was afraid to go to high school, just like I was afraid to go to middle school, it's just, if you're afraid, then you're ready.
It's just a comfortable place, and it's a place that that you can feel secure while you're doing your art, because it's a vulnerable place to be in when you're trying to express your feelings or, you know, sort of personify your own feelings about things. And I think that sense of security is really important. And I have always felt that the school has been exceptional in the way that it embraces and tries to make you feel like you are important, and your education is an important thing to every single professor here.
I'll be an artist no matter what. I'll be an artist if I'm hungry. I'll be an artist if I don't have art supplies. I'll be an artist if I'm living in a cardboard box. It's just the way that you see the world.
And I would just say apply and work hard, and I think you'll find a good place.
all right, great. So at this time, I'm gonna take you guys' scores. Our first winner of Battling Brewers is the blue team.
I had no idea. Thanks, guys.
Take that one, Tolar. Takes a woman every time.
I'm pretty disappointed. I wasted all this time, everybody's time. I come here to win. I did not come here to lose.
The judges, they didn't really like my dish.
They thought the dish sucked.
They liked Josh's beer, so I think everything turned out pretty well.
Obviously, you want to go out with a victory, but you know sometimes you don't. And of course, you know everyone loves desserts. Desserts always win.
The little bit of spice that she put on it right there at the end when it finished up, perfect.
Everybody's interpretation of what they think's going to go, and you never know how it's going to go until it comes to the end, and people are judging it.
Yeah, I definitely would do it again. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I really don't know where he is. He has, so far verbally, we've come up with 3 options. He had trouble with the law, he is at a football game, or he has a presentation today. I don't know where he is. Merric, I did this for you.
You guys are too nice. You should be meaner.
We gotta add
guy
drama.
there.
Yeah.
Him? I don't like him.
No standing up in front of the white line, fella.
My name's Elliott, but they call me the legend.
Elliott are the legend.
We'll call you at least the best.
Steve, roll record audio. Steve.
Steve. Steve. Steve. Steve. Steve. Steve. Steve.
I mean, that Saturday, I did not do nothing. I sat on the couch with my dog in my underwear eating cheese doodles all day long. All day long.